Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of the Whip Ups podcast. If you're looking for more on Whip Ups and what it is, you can check out another episode I did. I kind of go into it in a little bit more detail, and it also has a little bit of a taste test that was intended for this video, but it was just so bad that I ended up putting it in that one, kind of as a blooper thing. But yeah, check out that video. In this one, we're going to focus on making electric coconut smoothies, and the first part of that is making electric coconut yogurt, which is the base of the smoothie. And the ingredients for that are, you just need coconuts, so coconut water and coconut meat. Then optionally, you can throw in some soaked nuts. So in this one, I'm going to throw in some soaked Brazil nuts. And the secret, well, not secret, the special ingredient is some probiotics. And those are what make it actually like living and electric. And the reason I call it electric coconut smoothie is because the coconut yogurt, I got the recipe from a guy named Lou Corona. And I'm pretty sure I saw a video where he lights a light bulb with the yogurt. So, do your own research, but I'm just throwing that out there. So, so far I'm off to a really good start. I've gotten coconut water just all over the place. And I don't know, kind of how I'm thinking of doing this is I'm just going to film things that I do in the kitchen. It's not just going to be recipes for like cooking. I think we're going to do some other things eventually, but yeah, I'm just going to film some things I make happen in the real world and, just do a little bit of a voiceover. And, in this part, I'm peeling the coconuts. And you can see on that one, I have this tool called a coconut buddy. And it's like a mix between a spoon and a knife and a plastic thing. And I don't know, if you go kind of deep in there, you'll end up getting a little bit of this like fibrous brown stuff on the coconut meat when you take it out. But if you go a little bit more like shallow and, it's obviously been a while since I've done this. And I think I was dropping some not so nice words and laughing pretty hard at this. Another tip, if you want, you can just bang the knife with the coconut in it if you don't get enough of the coconut in your first swipe, but don't do it too much, else it'll go through the board. And don't be afraid to pick it up and rip it open. And be careful that you don't send some like piece of coconut flying across the room. But off to a pretty good start. And this will be a good segment for watching the coconut buddy again. Depending on how like deep you dig in there, you'll get more or less of the fibrous brown stuff, which I usually don't mind getting some of it because I peel it off later. But if that's something that you don't really have time for, maybe don't be as aggressive. But this one is much better. I didn't even need to throw this in there, but I just had to. That is like the perfect chop. And I was kind of just shocked that happened. So, that's what your coconut meat will look like after you strip it out with the coconut buddy, or I think you can use a spoon. I haven't done it before, but actually I think I have done it with the spoon, but it's been a while. We'll take that over to the sink, and I use my coconut buddy, but you can honestly just use your fingers. I've used them before. And this is what it looks like when you're done. When I'm making yogurt, I usually like to get it pretty clean, but if you miss a piece, it's not going to kill you. At least I don't think. Do your own research. This is the process. You can see I threw it in a little record window, but that's the process of soaking the nuts. I usually go about 6 hours, and this is the Life Biotic probiotic, and this is from Puridyme, and that's actually Lou Corona's company, I believe. And he is the one who I got the recipe from. He's the one who allegedly lit a light bulb. You'll just take the probiotic, make it snow, the power's way, and we'll just blend it up. I'm using a vacuum blender, which, you'll be able to see with this pour and this money shot coming up here. And I'm only using slow-mo and like for special occasions, and this is one of them. Just look at that. That is just beautiful. It's just dancing up in there. Back to the vacuum blender. These vacuum blenders are really nice because, at least my whole life, smoothies were just a lie. I always had this picture in my mind of how good a smoothie was going to be. And then I'd make it, and it was just way too, like airy, and then it would start separating. It just wasn't as good, and half the time I wouldn't even want to finish them. But the idea in my head was just so good, and when I found out what a vacuum blender was, it all just clicked, and a lot of my life just made sense to me, because what a vacuum blender does is it sucks all of the air out before it blends it, So it prevents it from getting like, I think, I won't get too far into it, but I think it just prevents it from getting like oxidized and stuff, and it makes it much more smooth. So anyway, one important step is once you do all that blending of the initial coconut yogurt, you'll throw it into the fridge for, I did about a week, but you can also, and I would be careful with this, I would look up just safe times and temperatures, but you can also leave it on the counter for a little bit. And wow, this is already like the end of the video. So yeah, this is blueberries, strawberries, bananas, coconut yogurt. And yeah, I mean, just look at how smooth that pours. There was really just one blip, if I'm being honest. And yeah, it was really good. It was kind of on the sweet side, if I'm being honest. So I'd probably, I don't know, try and find some way to dial that back a little bit. But overall, it was really good. So check it out, whipups.com.